Hi, Aries. It's Angela. We are here. We're going to do your July 2022 soul guidance reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and anyone else really that comes upon this guidance. This is intuitively driven guidance. We pull up sort of an aspect of yourself or of your life, and then create, pull the Zen Tarot cards that support it and create a path toward resolving, shining the light on some things and finding ways to move through our challenges. And then in the end, it creates growth and healing and evolution, which is what we're here for, right? Okay, so let's get started. Aries, we have from this Goddess Love deck. This is where we're pulling your oracle guidance from. And these cards are sticking to me. And for you, I pulled Rebirth. Let go of the ties that bind. I like this. This is asking for you to release some things so that you can elevate up, basically. All right, let's see what the guidance says here. All right, so we've got, this is the level that you're starting at here. We have this card here that's a pivot, that's kind of asking you to focus on that in order to make achievements, in order to make growth. And then here is your level once you've pulled up to another level of awareness. This is your level of growth. Excuse me, you want to take a sip? Okay, your starting point, Aries, is the possibilities card. Wow. Okay, as it pertains to rebirth and growth and expansion, we have like one of the most expansive cards in the Zen deck is the possibilities. And this is big picture. This is widening your lens and being able to see the entire landscape. Yeah, it feels like I've been stuck here for a long time. Maybe I don't feel any growth. I don't feel any progress, but guess what? It's there. You just need to change your perception. There's a little field mouse way down there at the bottom of the field that's staring at, a couple blades of grass and a grasshopper and an ant or two. And that's its entire world. That's all it knows. This is kind of you pre-rebirth, right? You're kind of sheltered and closed off and your perception is limited. What we want you to do is pull back, pull up and wide and be that eagle and see the entire landscape, see it all happening, see the mouse and his little limited life, but also see everything else that goes on. The sun rising, the sunset, the mountains, the valleys, the trees, the rivers, all of the landscape. That widening of your lens opens your heart up to possibilities for growth. It just helps that shift in perception facilitates your growth. Okay, so that's your first step, is to just, big picture it. Don't micromanage. Don't worry about what's going on in this moment that's limiting me. Widen that lens, big picture. Look at your past, look at your present, look at your future, all of it, all the players in your life. See it all and see where things can shift. Internally and within you, supporting this sense of widening your lens is the going with the flow card. So not only do you want to get a better vantage point, but you also want to flow, be in the natural flow of your life. So when the divine or when the creator puts things in your path that help you achieve these possibilities, help you achieve the rebirth that you're seeking or the next level of your awareness or a project you're trying to complete or a relationship that you're trying to revive, whatever that is, once you've widened your scope and said, hey, you know what, I can look at it from a few different angles here, then you start to see the signs that come through. And then if you move with that energy that comes through, that's your recipe for success, making sure that within you, you're not resisting. Okay. In your external world, this calls to your awareness the fact that, and it's kind of another vibe of this possibilities card, is this traveling card. But once you get that down and you say, yeah, in the name of my rebirth or my rejuvenation or my creating this new project or, developing a new relationship with someone, in the spirit of that, as I widen my lens and see the bigger picture and I'm willing to go with the flow and go with what's given me, I realize It's all just part of this journey. Like if that sunlight there on this card is your point of rebirth, it's your revived relationship, or it is your completed project, or whatever that is that brings you to that new level, that's your goal. You could be at any point along this path and still not lose sight of that goal. That's the big picture mentality. I could be down in this valley right here, like hiding under a tree for a minute, but that I can still see where I'm headed, right? And if that helps you to see that overall I'm going in the right general direction, that kind of that brings back this going with the flow vibe, because that lets you go, oh, okay, I'm still headed there. It's okay. I don't have to micromanage this moment so much. I'm headed there and my evolution is waiting. I'm in my evolution and the completion and manifestation of it is still ahead. Like I'm growing and changing in every moment, and I'm still heading toward more growth and change, right? So it's kind of like, your job's never done, because the road is eternal. The path is always, whether you're on this planet or not, right? Your soul is still going to continue to evolve. Okay, so that's some big heavy vibes right there. But I think you can get this. I think you got this, Aries. You're sort of a trailblazer. You can kind of, lead the way on that path for yourself. Okay, so now moving forward, we have this card here. It's kind of hidden, is going to be our key to getting to our next level of understanding, to this higher consciousness space, as it pertains to rebirth, which is pretty much the vibe of higher consciousness in itself, right? But that key to moving forward is abundance, gratitude mentality. That gratitude mindset is going to get you far. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. I'm gonna keep it all open, but I'm not quite sure if I will ever make it. Yeah, I can see the goal, and I see that I'm on my way to a new level of evolution, but I don't know if I'll ever make it. Well, that is not a gratitude mindset, right? You want to be in this vibe of, I've come so far. I've brought myself to this point where I can even be aware of the fact that more growth is ahead. Like, when we're first starting out in life, it's like, learn this, get through the day, listen to them, when we're children, and, follow these rules and blah, blah, blah. There's not a lot of room for our spirit to fly free, right? Depending on our parents, to, really go with the flow of what we feel and what we're inspired by. But, as we grow, it's like, what, there's plenty of room for growth always. And for that, I'm superbly grateful, because I'll never stop growing. And that's a source of gratitude right there. But you can also just look around you in your physical space and check in with your loved ones or your animals or nature outside your window, and find the abundance in life everywhere you look. That's the key to getting yourself forward and evolving up into that next level, and really, really elevating your awareness. Okay, and speaking of, on this next level of cards, the first card that we got is awareness. So by focusing on the abundance and keeping our prospects wide, our scope wide, we start to get clarity. And we get more and more clear as to where we're headed and what it is we want to achieve. And, that clarity, it just keeps getting sharper and sharper as we mature and as we gain experience in our lives. It's interesting that the 3 cards on this top row are all major arcana. They're all depicted by, I'm not very well versed on the standard traditional tarot, but I know the major arcana are like the major, like pivot points, like bigger energies and guiding energies. And you got 3 of them on your top row there. You got awareness, and then supporting that internally is your inner voice, which is like your guide all along, right? And then externally, it's change, rebirth. That's crazy. This is a really good outcome. So we have the awareness card, and it's supported by your sense of knowing, your guide. This This figure here has that figure in its third eye. And this figure has this big opening receptacle through its crown. So it's like all the energies from the divine, all of the vibrations from above and beyond are coming down and through your being. And if you can capture it and recognize it and know that's what's guiding you, there's not much, you can't do. I think this, and with that combination of clarity and awareness, and sort of the veil is lifting and you're getting it, you're seeing the possibilities more, you're learning how to go with the flow and be in that abundant mentality. It's really going to peel some curtains open for you. And you're really going to step into that rebirth process. You're going to reach that next level that you're looking for. And the change card is just, kind of nailing it home. It's kind of just saying, this is done. If you follow these prospects. And, there's something to be said for when we want to achieve something, such as this is more of an energetic achievement, I think, as far as our, aspects of ourselves that we're trying to develop and let be born, right? Let come through, let emerge. But even in waking life and like with projects and things that you want to achieve, as far as action items, this is still a good template for that, because yeah, you have your action items, where you're going to end up, the general steps to get there, but never lose sight of other possibilities, because other factors may step in to the mix as you're heading toward this goal that you weren't really aware of before, or you didn't see before, that could help accelerate your progress, right? So this stuff all still applies. Keep a wide lens, know what your focus is for your project, but also, keep it general, keep a wide lens, look for the things that step in, go with the flow. When those things step in and say, oh, you might want to try this instead, it might accelerate you towards your goal. If it feels right, if your inner voice says it feels right, go for it, right? Like all this stuff can still apply to a practical project as well. For this purpose, we're doing it as an energetic experience and learning how to, recreate, new levels of your evolution within you. You're learning how to like recreate them or actually create them and let them come to life. So some of this is energetic. Most of it's energetic and soul work, but it can also, you take your soul and apply it to your real life, right? You take your soul along with you when you're making those plans for your project. So keep it alive and keep it awake and vocal, and listen, because this guidance is all there around you. I love it. Okay, Aries, that will do it for now. I hope you enjoyed your July reading. I'll be back really soon with some updates. We'll do some more readings this month, and I hope you're all doing well. Thank you.